guys, you are watching Nutritalk with Sonali and this is Dietitian Sonali. In this video, I'm going to talk about jack of all fruits, jackfruit, and other summer special fruit.
In Hindi, it is called kathal, and in Konkani, ponos.
But before its actual ripening, tender jackfruit is also eaten and is cooked in many different ways.
Tender jackfruit is a rich source of vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, dietary fiber, and protein, and so it is great food source for quick energy boost. Tender jackfruit has zero cholesterol and saturated fats. Tender jackfruit is also rich in vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and iron. It is said that jackfruit tree originated from northeast and western India. The trees are large, reaching up to 25 meters in height, with shiny green leaves, and the fruit varies in size, largest weighing up to 30 kg or more. Tender or unripe jackfruit has a green spiky skin and tastes like meat, and that's why it's also called as vegetarian meat. In many Goan families, tender or unripe jackfruit is cooked as sabji or bhaji, and that's why to make it sabji, it should be fully white flesh and green skin.
So in this video, let's see how to make kathalsabji Goan style, its health benefits and many other facts.
Tender jackfruit is cooked in different ways in Goan families. Goan Hindus and Goan Catholics cook it in different ways.
The recipe that I'm going to share now is one of my neighborhood granny's signature dish. It is her recipe. I just love the way she cooks it. The taste is so amazing. But this is the first time I'll be trying her recipe. I hope it turns well, at least close to how she makes it. I'm so excited. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipe.
This is how tender jackfruit looks like. Green spiky skin, and since I'm not expert in peeling it, I have taken my aunt's help. It's very important to grease the cutting equipments with coconut oil to avoid sticky white sap that drips off. So grease hands with same oil. This is how you go about. Cut it into 2 parts using a type of sickle, or if you have a very sharp knife, you can also use that. Wipe off the sap that is dripping. Cut into slices so that it becomes easy to peel off the skin. Also remove the core part of the tender jackfruit. Dip the peeled tender jackfruit slices in vessel containing water to avoid discoloration. Similarly, remove the skin and also the inner tough white portion of the other tender jackfruit slices. Tender jackfruit is ready to cook. In Konkani, it's called sako ponos or bhajis or ponos. Cook these tender jackfruit slices in water on medium heat. Also add some pink salt. Once the water starts boiling, take a fork and check if the pieces are cooked. It's cooked perfectly, and it took about 15 minutes to cook. Switch off the flame. Drain the water completely. Do not discard this water. You can use some amount of this water to make sabji masala later. You can also use this excess water to make vegetable soup or any other gravies. It is loaded with water-soluble micronutrients. Take cooked slices of tender jackfruit and chop them into fine pieces. It's a bit time-consuming, but it's worth it. This is how chopped tender jackfruit pieces looks like. Now use it to make delicious Goan style sabji. If you have a food processor, you can also chop it in it. To make sabji masala, grate half fresh coconut, that is 1 katori. Take a blending jar, add into it grated fresh coconut. Add few pieces of fresh haldi. However, if you don't have fresh haldi, you can also use haldi powder, along with some freshly crushed black pepper powder. Curcumin from turmeric is best absorbed by the body when it is combined with piperine from black pepper to reap maximum health benefits. Add 10 to 12 dry red chilies as per taste. Add some leftover water to blend this mixture. Blend it into a paste. The masala should be this consistency. Not too thin, not too thick. For tadka or tempering, heat 2 tablespoons wood pressed coconut oil. Add 1 teaspoon asafoetida and half tablespoon mustard seeds. Once it starts fluttering, close the lid and add finely chopped onions. I used 3 medium-sized red onions. Mix it well and let the onions turn translucent. Then add teaspoon of chopped curry leaves, rich in antioxidants and fiber, and has antibacterial, anti-diabetic and anti-inflammatory properties. Mix it really well and saute for about 10 to 15 seconds. Then add the ground masala and cook this mixture for about 5 minutes on low heat. Keep stirring in between so that ये जो मिक्सचर है वो बर्तन को चिपक के जले ना. Then add the chopped tender jackfruit pieces and mix it really well. Guys, यहाँ पे मेरा थोड़ा पचका हो गया. जो मैंने बर्तन लिया था वो छोटा था तो मुझे सब्जी मिक्स करने में प्रॉब्लम हुआ. सो इसलिए मैंने पूरी सब्जी बड़े बर्तन में ट्रांसफ़र की. Add some pink salt to taste. यहाँ पे याद रखो कटहल पानी में उबालते समय भी नमक यूज़ किया था, तो सब्जी टेस्ट करके ही नमक डालो. मिक्स इट रियली वेल. बर्तन के ऊपर ढक्कन रख के पानी डालो एंड लेट इट स्टीम फॉर अबाउट another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, switch off the flame. Again give it a nice mix. Your delicious Goan style kathal ki sabji is ready to eat. And the total cooking time was 15 minutes. I made that neighborhood granny to taste it first and she loved it. So I'm happy. In Goa, it's mostly eaten along with staple Goan food, that is steamed rice, coconut curry, fish and this sabji. You can also eat it with roti or chapati or any millet bhakri.
So do try this recipe. The taste is delicious and it's loaded with numerous health benefits. Now coming to its health benefits.
Raw or tender jackfruit is great for bone health. Since tender jackfruit is rich in vital minerals required for bone health, minerals like calcium, magnesium, copper, potassium, manganese, phosphorus and zinc, and the high content of potassium in jackfruit decreases the loss of calcium from the kidneys, thereby increasing bone density and strengthening the bones. Tender jackfruit helps in better digestion.
Since tender jackfruit is rich in both soluble and insoluble fiber, it provides enough roughage, that is dietary fiber, to the body, which acts as a natural laxative, which in turn helps to prevent constipation and improves digestion.
Tender jackfruit prevents cardiovascular or heart diseases.
The main cause of unhealthy heart is diet high in sodium and low in dietary fiber. But since tender jackfruit is a rich source of potassium, it helps to control excess sodium in the body, thereby preventing high blood pressure. And the high content of dietary fiber in tender jackfruit helps to control excess blood cholesterol. Tender jackfruit is also a good source of vitamin B6. Now this vitamin is needed to reduce excess levels of homocysteine in blood. Now homocysteine is a type of protein our body can produce, but excess of homocysteine in blood can lead to heart ailments like heart attack, stroke or high blood pressure. Tender jackfruit helps to boost immunity. Now since tender jackfruit is a rich source of vitamin C and other antioxidants, all of which are needed to improve immune health by boosting white blood cell production. And white blood cells are needed to fight infection or inflammation in the body.
Tender jackfruit protects colon cancer and piles. High content of antioxidants in jackfruit cleanses the colon, thereby preventing risk of getting colon cancer. Chronic constipation leads to piles, but since jackfruit is high in both soluble and insoluble dietary fiber, it prevents constipation. Tender jackfruit is great for eyesight. as it is a good source of vitamin A, an essential nutrient required for eye health, which improves vision and protects eyes from damage caused due to stress or excessive exposure to blue light. It is also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, which protects the eyes from blue light damage. Tender jackfruit prevents anemia. Anemia is a medical condition in which your body cannot produce sufficient red blood cells, which leads to low hemoglobin in blood. Red blood cells helps in transportation of oxygen to different parts of the body. But when there are low levels of red blood cells in blood, it leads to slow transportation of oxygen to different parts of the body, which can lead to lethargy, fatigue, and pale skin. But since tender jackfruit is rich in iron, it helps in production of red blood cells in body. Also, it is rich in vitamin C, which is needed for iron absorption. Tender jackfruit is great for thyroid health, since it is a good source of copper and nutrient essential for thyroid gland functioning and to regulate hormonal imbalances. Tender jackfruit helps to control blood sugar in diabetics. Tender jackfruit has low glycemic index of 11 and glycemic load of 2.5, which is very low compared to ripe jackfruit. It is also rich in dietary fiber, protein, and antioxidants, all of which promote better blood sugar control. Deficiency of manganese can lead to high blood sugar. But since tender jackfruit is a good source of this mineral, it prevents sudden rise in blood sugar. Tender or unripe jackfruit has more protein and fiber and less carbohydrate than ripe jackfruit. Nutritive value of 100 grams raw jackfruit: energy 95 kilocalories, fats 0.6 grams, carbohydrates 23 grams, proteins 1.7 grams, iron 1% of daily value, vitamin D 0.15% of daily value, dietary fiber 1.5 grams, sodium 2 mg, vitamin A 2% of daily value, vitamin C 22% of daily value, that is 13.7 mg, potassium 448 mg, that is 10% of daily value, and calcium 24 mg.
Since tender jackfruit is available before its actual ripening, do include it as a part of your diet in various forms. And do try the GOAN style tender jackfruit sabji I shared, and let me know in comment section your feedback. No doubt tender jackfruit is so healthy with all its numerous health benefits. However, there are some side effects of tender jackfruit for people with serious medical conditions. Tender jackfruit is safe for people without any serious medical condition.
People who have CKD, that is chronic kidney disease, who are taking dialysis should avoid eating tender jackfruit or even ripe jackfruit due to its high potassium content.
As I always say, anything in excess is not good. And just because tender jackfruit is loaded with numerous health benefits, people without any serious medical condition, if you overeat tender jackfruit, it can make you feel drowsy or sleepy, especially if you are taking any sleeping medication. So even if you don't have any serious medical condition, try to avoid eating tender jackfruit in excess. People with diabetes and who are on anti-diabetic medication or insulin should eat tender jackfruit with caution, because tender jackfruit has low glycemic index and low glycemic load as compared to ripe jackfruit. So just because tender jackfruit is loaded with numerous health benefits, you cannot overeat tender jackfruit, because अशें केल्यार तुमचो जो ब्लड शुगर जो आसा तो सामको स्लो जातलो. इट विल गो इनटू हायपोग्लायसेमिया. आनी जे डायबिटीज लोक आसा तेंचे ब्लड शुगर इट शुडंट गो इनटू हायपोग्लायसेमिया और हायपरग्लायसेमिया. जो ब्लड शुगर जो आसा तो सामकोच हाय और सामकोच लो जावंक जायना. It should be under normal range. So people with diabetes, try not to eat tender jackfruit in any form in excess. So apart from these side effects, People without any serious medical condition
can enjoy this seasonal summer vegetable come fruit in moderation guilt-free.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video informative, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share the video with your family and friends. And until next time, bye bye.